We continue our conversations with the candidates for political office in the 2020 election. Austin Allran, who is running for the Catawba County Board of Commissioners, joins us this evening. And the first question I have for you, Mr. Allran, is what made you decide to run for the Board of Commissioners?
I decided to run this year because, quite frankly, I had missed public service. I did serve for 34 years, 3 terms in the House and 14 terms in the Senate, and I really liked it, and I don't feel like I'm so old yet that I can't continue to give back to the community.
The last time you and I spoke was prior to the primary in March, and the world has completely changed since then. That was actually right before the quarantine lockdown and all of the COVID-19 restrictions were put into effect. How has this affected how you run a campaign, and how will this affect what you want to do as a county commissioner?
The last time I was here was before the primary, and on March 3rd was the primary, and I went to a precinct, Sherrills Ford precinct, and stood out there for 9.5 hours and shook every hand I could shake, and that was hundreds of hands, and people were shaking my hand and I was shaking theirs, and we were being normal. I was being a normal, quote, politician or somebody running for office, and they were being your regular citizens coming to vote. And then a day or two later, literally, the ship hit the sand, and that's when everything changed with COVID, and people were very frightened and very scared. And I know Judy and I didn't leave the house for 3 straight days, which was awful. And so it's just amazing how quickly that changed. But the way it works now is you hardly know whether to shake somebody's hand or not. And then there's the issue of wearing masks, and there's the issue of social distancing, and you just have to do a balancing act because people have different ideas about all of that.
If you are elected to the Board of Commissioners, what are some things you might want to accomplish when in office?
I'd like to see us continue the great progress that we've been making, and I think we are really on the right path. And I am confident that Catawba County and our 8 municipalities are going to be even more desirable as a place to live than they ever were in the past, because I think that a lot of the attraction that has been in the larger metropolitan areas, and especially in the big cities, it's just not going to be there in the future.
That's Austin Allran running for the Catawba County Board of Commissioners in the 2020 election. Early voting begins October 15th and Election Day is November 3rd. With Austin Allran, I'm Rob Eastwood, WHKY TV News. Back to you.